Sam.
And I'm Sam.
And we're the Sams.
We are the same. A friend of mine passed recently that I went to high school with, went to middle school with, and it kind of shook a lot of us up because he died of, an event, but you can't say natural causes because like you can either say like he died of a health event. It wasn't something outside of his physical body that failed him is essentially what I'm saying.
That would be natural.
Right, so I guess that would be classified as natural causes because it wasn't something outside of himself. And it woke me up in a real way just around the illusion of time. And I did put out a bit of a video just around the illusion of time and how it's like it's crippling. Like time is crippling. Like think of everything that you haven't done yet, and the one reason you haven't done it is because you think you have time to do it.
Right.
Like it actually equals the non-action, the crippling of things.
I have so much.
And it's time is what destroys it because you keep associating time with the ability to do it, and it never happens. Like time is the worst kind of crutch because it fails you in the sense of you can't control it.
Right, and it's like everybody knows you're not going to live forever, right? Everybody knows you don't know when your time will be. But so many of us, and I'm one of those people, so many of us like, oh, I got time to do that later. Or I don't have time right now, I can push it off. And it's just like, child, if you don't sit down and do what it is you want to do. And I'm not saying I'm saying that hobby, reading that book, just taking the time to even jot down a plan to start to do, but don't keep pushing.
Today, not tomorrow, folks.
Right,
that's really has to be your mindset. Today, not tomorrow. And here's how I'll even drill it down to my own faith. The question was, what is a believer without action? So again, we're talking about time and what we put off. If I'm a believer, the only way, if I am a believer, it has to be demonstrated by my actions. It can't simply be by my words. Because what is a believer if there's nothing that the person is actually doing? How do I identify myself as a believer? It's like it has to be my works that convey that I am a believer.
Right.
And so faith, right? Faith is when you understand that the opportunity and the possibility of what you can achieve and accomplish, but without the actual action piece of it, it's dead. Faith without works is dead, and so I want us to understand that what kills the thing is time, is our warped understanding of time is what kills our own belief in things, right? Because we're not actively, you got to walk out on faith, you got to do. And so I'm realizing in my friend's passing and realizing that time has been holding me back from accomplishing the true desires of my heart. It's time that time is supposed to be presenting the opportunity. Time was holding me back because I'm thinking I always have it. I think I can always rely on it, so I don't have to utilize it. And yet it's happening is time is escaping.
Right, time is escaping.
Without it actually coming to fruition because those works haven't begun. And so I just want to leave that you all in terms of, the question is, what is a believer without action? What are any of us without the action? It's like, if there's just anything, talkers. We're just talkers.
Just talkers.
And there are a lot of talkers out there.
There are. Yeah. But I also feel there are more people seeing that things aren't permanent. Life isn't permanent.
I think the pandemic has opened a lot of people's eyes.
Right, and it's just okay, one, how can I really do what makes my life enjoyable? You see more people taking walks, hikes, enjoying nature. It's just we really have to go back and I'm a list person, but just like, okay, what is important? What are your goals? Like, what are your dreams and aspirations? Write it down. And then like, okay, I always wanted to, not me, but someone may say, I always wanted to do a marathon, And it's like, okay, you always wanted to do it. Now, write down the steps. Take the steps to then register for that next marathon. Okay, train, do whatever you have, get connected in those groups, kind of thing, than just saying, you're on your deathbed, man, I never did that marathon, kind of thing, where it's just like,
well, you know what? I think in this season we're going to encourage people to get stuff off the wish list, man. Let's make, and it's like even to the to-do list, it's like a done list.
Right.
Instead of a do list, let's look at a done list. So we're going to work on seeing how we can incentivize our community to get things done. So it may reward, FYI, our next Sams2Community Sixers outing is coming up November 12th.
Yes.
You can get your tickets right now on Eventbrite. Just check our Sams2Community page on Eventbrite.
Yes.
Only $38, folks.
Yes.
Playing the
Pacers.
It was
a good time last time.
It was a fun time. We had 130 people out there in the assembly room, so come on out and join us.
Family friendly.
And maybe, we put out a bit of a little contest. Where you can publicly offer something that you're pursuing as of today being October the 7th.
Yes, October 7th.
The game is on the 12th. Maybe coming up in November, we look at a winner potentially. If there's something that you can document that you started and you are actively doing and is done, maybe we gift you with a ticket.
Win a ticket.
Because there's so much power that we all have, and we just got to get up off the ground, y'all.
Right.
We gotta lift off with all the things that are in us to do, because that is what is going to give you the most inner turmoil at the end, is the things that you don't birth.
Right.
It's not going to be even what others have done to you in your lifetime. It's what you did not explore yourself, I think, is going to give you the most at the end.
And I was just want to mention, so there's a new show that I'm watching with the kids, and it came from the book Hair Love. And in the show, the mother she's battled cancer. She's now in remission, but she was like cleaning up and she found her list, basically like, when she thought she was going to die. And I know it's really deep, but it's a kid show, like, but she found her list and she's like, man, I forgot I even wanted to do this stuff. And now that I have my health back, she just started tackling that list, like eating that list. Like, man, I wanted
to. What's the name of the show?
It's called Love Something.
Okay.
It's from the book Hair Love.
Okay.
But
that's funny.
But she's like, basically in her, like, there were certain things she wanted to paint a wall in her room, and she's like, why can't I just do it? And she got up and she just did it, and it was done. Like,
it's that simple.
And she wanted to plant a little vegetable garden, like just on like the window sill, what do they call it, whatever. And she just did it. It's a cartoon, and it grew really rapidly, which is, I told Savannah that's not true. But it's just like the fact that it's like, just do it. Just do it. And if not, there are some people where they write that list, and the list just never gets done.
So like, there's no more for us. There's no more like, we do those January 1st, we call them
resolutions.
Yeah, like I'm none of that. As I think I do.
Right.
As soon as I know,
don't hold it for.
There's nothing to hold for a point in the future.
Right.
At all.
Right. You can work on your summer body now. Like, you can have winter body.
In fallish.
You can have winter body. Like, you don't have to wait.
Right.
Like, you can, start now. Do now.